Right now, happening all around us is what might just be the single biggest event in all of human history. And the craziest part, most of us can't even see it. I mean, forget the wheel, forget fire, forget the printing press. We're talking about something else entirely. We're talking about the most powerful technology our species has ever conceived of. And this isn't some sci-fi movie. It's not some far-off, distant future. The revolution isn't coming. It's already here. Okay, so for most of us, our experience with AI is, something like ChatGPT, a pretty cool chatbot that can write a poem or maybe help you with your homework. But what's so wild is that this is just the tiny, tiny visible tip of a truly colossal iceberg. So what do you picture when you think of AI? Probably something in the cloud, right? Kind of weightless, ethereal, just software. Well, the reality is the exact opposite. AI is a physical beast, and it has this absolutely insatiable appetite for resources. It lives in massive, factory-sized data centers. Just how hungry is it? Well, get this. Training a single model, just GPT-4, is estimated to have burned through over 1,000 megawatt hours of electricity. And that's not just a big, abstract number. That is enough energy to power a whole city for a day. Think about that. For one training run of one model, this is the sheer physical scale we're talking about. And the demand for infrastructure is it's almost unimaginable. And in any gold rush, the people who get richest aren't always the miners. They're the ones selling the shovels. It's the same here. The biggest fortunes are being made by the chip makers like NVIDIA, the cloud giants like Amazon and Microsoft, the energy grids trying to power it all, and even sovereign wealth funds pouring in billions to build the foundations of this new world. But this massive industrial build-out, it isn't just about making money. No. When the stakes get this high, it becomes about power. It becomes a whole new kind of arms race. This isn't just another piece of tech. It is a fundamental tool for national supremacy. The country that leads in AI will have an absolutely unprecedented advantage in intelligence, in economics, and, yes, in warfare. If you want to see the proof, just follow the money. We are witnessing a torrential flood of capital, hundreds of billions of dollars, from global powers, both from the private sector and from governments themselves. Everybody is scrambling for that top spot in a spending race unlike anything we have ever seen. And let's be crystal clear, this is not theoretical. The impact of this race is being felt on active battlefields right now, as we speak. This quote from a Ukrainian R&D head just says it all. Cheap, scalable, autonomous weapons, they are no longer a Hollywood fantasy. They are being proven on the battlefield today, and they are fundamentally changing the very nature of conflict. Okay, so we've got this insane race between nations, but what are they actually racing to build? The ultimate goal here isn't just a smarter weapon or a better chatbot. It's an entirely new form of intelligence itself. This is the finish line. Superintelligence. An AI that isn't just better than us at chess or Go, but better than us at literally everything. Scientific discovery, social strategy, economic planning, you name it. But here's the twist. The biggest danger isn't some evil robot from the movies that decides it hates humanity. The real risk is an AI that is just incredibly competent at achieving a goal we gave it, a goal we didn't think through properly. There's a classic thought experiment that explains this perfectly. You give a super intelligent AI a seemingly harmless goal, right? Like, make as many paperclips as possible. Well, it logically deduces that to make the absolute maximum number of paperclips, it needs to control all available resources. And what are we made of? Atoms. The AI realizes your body, my body, the whole planet, it's all just raw material for more paperclips. It's not evil, it's just relentlessly, terrifyingly logical. The theorist Eliezer Yudkowsky just put it perfectly. To a misaligned superintelligence, we aren't an enemy to be fought. We're just a resource to be used. So that brings up the next terrifying question. I mean, even if we could perfectly align an AI to follow a set of human values, whose values do we pick? The problem is, our current, relatively dumb AIs are already perfect mirrors of our own flaws. Why? Because they're trained on our data. And let's be honest, our data is messy and biased. We see it everywhere, in facial recognition, in hiring algorithms, in voice transcription. The biases of our past are literally being coded into our future. And the real danger here is that AI doesn't just reflect our biases, it can amplify them in a dangerous feedback loop. Biased data leads to biased decisions, which then creates more biased data for the next version to train on. It locks us into a cycle that just gets worse and worse. So after hearing all of this, you might be thinking, okay, we've got decades to figure this out, but we don't. These are not problems for some distant generation to solve. The timeline for confronting all of this is shrinking at an absolutely alarming rate. I mean, just a few years ago, the expert consensus for when we might get artificial general intelligence, that's human-level AI, was around 2060. Now, the consensus has jumped to 2040. And pioneers like Geoffrey Hinton, one of the literal godfathers of AI, now thinks it could be less than 20 years away. The progress is actually outrunning even the experts' predictions. And here's why that speed up is so incredibly important. Just look at the raw hardware advantage. Our brain's neurons, they fire at about 200 hertz. A modern computer chip, it's running at 2 times gigahertz. That is 10 million times faster. Our nerve signals crawl along at 120 meters per second. A computer's signals travel near the speed of light. The moment an AI reaches our level of intelligence, it will be running on a platform that is millions of times faster than our own squishy brains. It could lead to an intelligence explosion. So, this is where we find ourselves. We're in a global race to build the most powerful technology in history, a new form of intelligence that operates at a speed we literally cannot comprehend, with existential risks we're only just beginning to grasp. For all intents and purposes, we are building gods. The only question left is what kind of gods they will be.